I do some automotive journalism. There's a company from Vietnam introducing an electric vehicle. Countries all over the world are producing these cars. If this doesn't work and we don't get enough payback, all this taxpayer money that they're flooding the car companies with, it'll be for nothing. I'm really concerned about it. It just seems like it's not well thought out, and they're all rushing. What is your how? And I know that it's difficult from the provincial perspective because all of this stuff kind of flows down right from the federal government and their agenda across the provinces. But Ontario is the automotive province. What are your views on all of this money and this march toward electrification?
I love electric vehicles. The ones that I buy for my son, who's 5, those electric vehicles. Those little you plug in.
Is that called the Power Wheels and stuff?
I guess. That? Yeah, I don't know. He charges it or he plugs it in and let her rip. Right. That's a great electric vehicle. And soon he'll want to jump on one with a little battery he can drive around the house. I like my cars the old-fashioned way with gas and actually a stick shift is what I prefer. And I like to hear the roar or the rev of the engine. So that's just me. I'm a little old school, guys. I'm sorry. As for this government subsidization of this industry, this stuff never works, right? So when we had 5 good minutes of Doug Ford in the first month when he was premier, I think he had promised that he was going to get rid of the electric vehicle subsidy that was going to rich people to buy electric vehicles.
Yes.
And now he's doing it through the back way. So not direct to the buyer. He's, of course, rewarding the lobbyists. And if you hire a good lobbyist and you get in front of the PCs, you can get the subsidy right to the big manufacturer. And these deals never work, as we've seen, because when the money runs out for the 2 or 3 year commitment for those jobs, it's not an actual market. It's not an actual industry that can survive on its own 2 feet. And they've got to come back to government. And then government has to say, what am I going to do? Let those people lose their jobs or go back and cut another check. And it becomes an industry. It creates an industry that continually relies on government to survive. And this is, Rick, you gave me another example of why the PCs are just right off the cliff and beyond redemption, because they are actively going out to create an electric market for cars, electric vehicle market that they know cannot survive without government subsidization. And when the money runs out, the people that have those jobs won't have a job because that industry cannot stand on its own 2 feet. The way to get jobs for those people and others in the future, sustainable jobs, is like we said, bring down those electricity rates substantively, not through taxpayer subsidization, get manufacturing going again in this province. I think we're down to like 750,000 manufacturing jobs in Ontario. And a few years ago, we were over 1 million, just 5 years ago. So under the PCs, it's gotten worse, right? Not better. And the way to build the economy in Ontario and get the economic engine of Canada booming again is not with subsidies and creating industries out of government money. That's a recipe to fail. Like that's just designed to fail right out of the bat. But you know, the Ford government, they're trying desperately to get that liberal vote to become the new Liberal Party, and that's another example of it.
So what do you see as a long-term energy strategy? More nuclear plants? Continue with a commitment to, say, natural gas, or what are you thinking?
Everything's got to be on the table. The natural gas, I can't remember, the Liberals had that promise to get rid of natural gas, and they backed off from it right away. And there's been some papers that haven't gotten much publicity where the PCs were thinking about that too. When Rod Phillips was the environment minister, there was some whispers and some papers that were coming out that they were thinking of doing that craziness too. So, of course, you got to do the natural gas. You've got to fix up the nuclear power that we have. And there's other alternatives that are coming out that are being blocked by government. And I have people calling me and telling me about these other alternatives and giving me the stories about how the bureaucracy or the deputies in charge of the ministry aren't allowing these ideas to come forward because everything is about wind and solar now, or electric vehicles. And it's a political ideology. It's not a solution that actually works. But the options are all out there. It's just, we got to have the political will. There's plenty of people studying this stuff. I mean, even the coal that they got rid of, if you looked at what the problem with the coal scrubbers that were in place, there was a marginal benefit when those coal plants were shut down, and the wind turbines they put up weren't replacing the energy loss from coal. They got that through other places, through natural gas and other systems. So there's plenty of energy options out there, but it shouldn't be wind turbines because they're not doing anything.